Hello, my name is Godfrey, so I'll be walking you through how to access and use the Kobo Collect toolbox for the purpose of data collection, for the stigma assessment activity. All right, so the first things you need to do is first you need to have an active internet connection. So for me, I'm connected to the internet using my router here. I'm connected to a router, so I had to on my Wi-Fi so that I can establish that connection to the internet router. So however, when I'm not using the router, I'll just turn on my normal mobile data, with active internet connection to it, so that I can be able to access the form for the very first time. So the second thing you need is your Chrome browser or whatever browser you're using entirely. So for me, I'm using Chrome because of course I have to access the form using my Chrome here. And then the next thing you need, which will be made available, which will be provided for you, is the link to the form. So this is the link to the form. So first step, you need an active internet connection for the very first time. Then second step is you need a browser to load the form, and then the third thing you need is the link to the form, which will be made available to you. So for me, I'm going to highlight this link here and then copy it. While I do that, I'll go to my browser, and then on my browser, I've already loaded the form before. I'll just come in and then paste, then click on enter. Okay, so after I do that, there are some few errors. You just click on cancel. You have to ignore that. Okay, so this is what the form looks like. So before we begin inspecting the form, assessing the form, I would like to create a to show you a tip that will make the entire thing very seamless and simple for you to access next time you are carrying out the activity. So first, you're going to save this app on your, download this, app, this page to your home screen. Okay, so how do you do that? How you do that basically is by clicking on these three dotted, vertical dots, sorry. You just click on it. And then once you click on it, you go to add to home screen. You will see an option called add to home screen. So you click on add to home screen, and then it will ask you to, name it. So you could say stigma assessment activity. So you could say stigma, right, assessment. So sorry, I didn't save that. Okay, I'll just come in here. Then you type stigma assessment tool. Okay, once you do this, once you rename it, and then you can then click on add. So once you click on add, it appears on your home page. So let's go to our home. I'll come to my home, and then as you can see, this is it here. So what it means is that next time when I want to access it, I don't have to go to where the link is shared, whether by email or by via WhatsApp link, and then copy this entire link and then go to my browser and then start visiting before I could visit the form. So all I need to do is just to click on this. So once I click on this, it opens automatically on my browser. So that's just the step. However, the other method still works. You can copy the link, paste, and then work with it from there. But I felt this method is way easier. Okay. All right. So the next thing we have here is to survey the form. Okay. So let's look at the form. We have this first question here saying, would you like to participate in this survey? So this is more of like conversational, between the interviewer and also the respondent. So all this information will be captured at the initial. So the form is divided into 3 categories. So we have into 3 different sections. So we have section 1, which captures the demographic characteristics. When you scroll down, you get to meet section 2. Section 2 is classified into 2A, 2B, and 2C. So for 2A, this is what the question is all about. Under it, these are the questions that follows subsection 2A. Okay, so we have section 2B. Yeah, these are the questions that follows it. And then we also have section 2C, which is malaria-based questions. Okay, so as you can see, it's under these. Okay, all right. So we also have the last session, which is section 3, assessment of impact of COVID on access to quality health service delivery. So you have it down to this. So section 3 is the last section. So once this entire form is filled, you click on submit. Okay, so let's go through the form and then run a dry test. Okay, so this is the interviewer asking the respondent or whoever you're interviewing the question, seeking for the consent, of the person you're interviewing. All right, so would you like to participate in this survey? If the person says yes, you click on yes. If the person says no, it means the person is not interested. Is not interested in the interview, right? Why? Because one of the requirement is that you seek their consent before you interview them. So if the person says no, it means there's no point filling the form. But if the person says yes, then you select yes and proceed with the other part of the questions. All right, so okay, so let's assume the person's accepts to be interviewed. All right, so record your current location. So your current location is maybe the address of where you are. So I could say I'm in Garki, or I'm in Apo. Sorry, not apologies. Apo, Abuja. Okay, so name of data collector. So you specify your name. So I'm going to choose a name at random here. I'm going to choose this. Okay, so here you are expected to select only one option. You can't select two options. You can't bear two names, by the way. All right, so here talks about section 1. So section 1 is the demographic characteristics. So which community do you belong? Is it people living with HIV or persons living with HIV or malaria or TB? So you ask for the community which they belong to here. So if it's people living with HIV, you can then select this. Mind you can only select one option, so you can't select more than one option. So you select this. Okay, so your state of residence, that's the state of residence of the respondents. I'll just say okay, this. Then here local government of study. So which where is the interview? What local government is the interview being conducted at? Okay, so I'm going to see okay, I'll just select at random. Okay, I'll just select at random. Okay, so I'll just select at random. So you select the local government of the study. That's the local government where that interview is being conducted. Okay, and then interview date. Here you're expected to enter the date, so I'll just collect this date and time. So this field here collects both date and time, right, of the interview. All right, so here, how old are you? That's you're asking the respondent now, or the person you're interviewing. How old are you? You just pick their age bracket. So if the person's age falls between 18 to 25, you select this. If it's between 26 to 35, you select this and all of that. So I'll just select this. What is your gender? So you select the gender of the person.
Yeah, there are options available. So for those living with HIV, how long have you known about your status? This is particularly for those living with HIV. All right. So if the set of people, if the people you're interviewing or the person you're interviewing is not living with HIV, then you have to skip this question. All right. So I think what I selected, that question depends on this. Okay, so since I selected this, so I'm going to, select one of these options. Okay, so but if I select malaria, there's no point choosing any option here because it has nothing to do with malaria, has nothing to do with HIV. All right, so what is your marital status? You select. Okay, highest level of education, let's say this. Which one of these statements best describes your current working status? I'll just select at random. Okay, so here it talks about, now in this category, now this is the second section, which is 2A, for people living with HIV, community assessment of stigma and the impact of COVID-19 outbreak. Okay, so this section talks about what we have here as the subject. So comparing before COVID-19 and during the outbreak, how did you feel about others knowing you are HIV positive? Okay, so here in this question, you can select more than one option. So whenever you see this box here, it means you can select more than one options. So I can select this and this and this. I can even select all. You understand? So it allows you to select one option, this box option, but this one only allows you to select just a single option. This button, this kind of button here is called a radio button, while this one is called a checkbox. So this allows you select more than one item. Okay, so I'll just select these two. Like I said, I'm selecting at random. Which of these is correct as related to you? Okay, I can just select these two. Which of these is correct? So ensure you read the question and also the options to them. Ensure you do that so that you get their feedbacks. Okay, and then which of these is applicable about how you feel before COVID-19 and after? Okay, this is like their perception. All right, so I can select this. Like I said, I'll be selecting at random, but you are expected to study, to read out the question to them. In fact, you're expected to go through it, understand it, and then such that you can easily let them read out the question to them, and they too get to understand what you're saying. So with COVID-19, okay, like I said, I'll select at random. Okay, because I'm just running a test. All right. Okay, so here I think there's an error. It's supposed to be a radio button where, since it's a yes or no question, it's supposed to allow you select just a single option, but we'll resolve that much later. All right, so have you experienced this? I'll just select at random. Okay, here select this. I'll just, here you're expected to, can you tell me more about HIV? Here you're expected to type. So okay, this is a test. I'll just put this is a test. Okay, so once I'm done here, I'm supposed to select an option. So now down to 2B. So the 2B section talks about TB community assessment of stigma and impact of COVID-19 outbreak. So here, just like the other ones, you can select more than one option as provided. Here you can also do this. Here, okay. Here, yes. Here I can just select this. Here I can select this just at random, just to explain how it works. Here I can do this. Here I can do this. I can select this. Here I can type. This is a test. Okay, but you're expected to ask the question and then get the narratives from the person and then you type it in. Okay, here this. All right, so question 2C. So that's section 2C. I can just select these. I can select these, select these, select these. Okay, here I'll select these, just choose these, select these, select these, select these, choose these, choose these, choose this option. Okay, choose this, and then here I'll just say test. Okay, choose this. Yes, then down to section 3. So section 3, assessment of impact of COVID on access to quality health. Compared to COVID outbreak, did your income change? Yes, for better. Do you think COVID-19 outbreak? So for some people it will be for worse. Like I said, some of these options require just a single answer, but would work on that. So but just have an idea of how the form works and what is expected of you. So I'll just choose at random. Here here I'll just call it a test. Here a test. You're expected to enter a narrative there. Then section 4 talks about assessment of GBV and impact of COVID-19. Okay, so here I'll just say these, just select these, select these, select these, select these, select these, select these. Okay, here I'll select this. Okay, here I'll just enter a narrative since it's a test. Just use a test. Here I'll select this. I'll enter a narrative here, and then here I will also enter a narrative. Okay, so now once I'm done filling the form, you can just review. Before submitting the form, you could go ahead to review the form